Hello and welcome to Within Your Reach. Are you ready to take a walk on the wild side? Well, our quest to take you behind the scenes to some of the most unique places in Northern California has brought us here to the Barry R. Kirshner Wildlife Foundation, 20 miles south of Chico. It's home to more than 80 non-releasable exotic animals, many with special needs, including lions, tigers and bears. Yes, I said bears. 2 black bears and 3 European brown bears to be exact. The foundation got its start in 1994. It was the brainchild of Barry Kirshner, a young man who wanted to create a sanctuary for exotic and wild animals with special needs. Tragically, though, Barry was killed in a car accident 1 year after it opened. His mother, Roberta, a woman who spent her life working with big cats on the sets of Hollywood movies and conducting years' worth of research in Canada, moved to Northern California to take over and keep her son's dream alive. So Roberta, can you tell me a little bit about what it takes to actually run a place like this?
You know, it takes determination and dedication and volunteers, just besides the meat, the money that it takes, the shavings. We're looking for sponsors. We have like 12 and we need 64 more.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I imagine it takes a lot of time and money to do that.
It does, and it's a constant 24-hour job with live animals, and most of ours, we're a sanctuary. Most of them have special needs, about 85% of them. So you want to treat them just like you want to be treated, and address all their needs. Right. You know, they're not like toys. You can't put them in a toy box and forget them. They have to be monitored all day and all evening. So the place is never left unattended. Wow. And you rotate your staff.
And they're really lucky to have someone like you taking care of them then.
Thank you. I have wonderful volunteers, and that's what makes this foundation what it is.
It hasn't been easy. But thanks to dozens of volunteers, the animals are well fed, well exercised, and clearly loved. And how could you not love a face like this? Coming up, meet some of the larger tenants here at the Kirshner Foundation. Up close with the tigers when we come back. The Kirshner Foundation is home to 5 tigers, 5 lions, and 2 ligers. Who knew there was such a thing? But people have crossbred lions with tigers, although it's not recommended by animal experts because it creates a lot of problems with the animals. This is Kelly, a volunteer here at Kirshner. Can you tell us a little bit about Sean here?
Sean is a cross between a Siberian and a white Bengal tiger who was born with a seizure disorder and about 90% blind. Sean is about 12 years old, and Roberta, our director, got him started on an herbal supplement when she got him, and he has not had a seizure in over 10 years.
And these aren't just your average tigers. No, sir. They're Hollywood stars, having made recent appearances on the late-night circuit. You may have seen them on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, on Jimmy Kimmel. Even Conan has snuggled up with these big cats, and as you can imagine, taking them on the road is quite a feat.
You know, it takes a team also to help with it, but we pack them up to go over 400 miles each way, and they're like taking a child. You've got to make sure they're comfortable, and the security for the animals and the public also, dependable vehicles, and have all their food, their enrichment items like children's toys. Make sure you have the security you need, and be prepared for anything.
Well, they may be some of the biggest, but the tigers aren't the only attractions here at the Kirshner Foundation. Just ahead, lounging with the lemurs and lizards, we meet some of the more manageable creatures. Well, at least for me, on the other side of the break. Leaping lizards. There is so much to see here at the Barry R. Kirshner Wildlife Foundation. You know, along with the bears and the big cats are these little guys, the reptiles. Well, if reptiles aren't your thing, then you can't help but love the lemurs. Just look at this little gal. Her name is Shaka. And, you know, the ring-tailed lemur is a primate. Their native land is Madagascar. But this little girl found her home here because she was born with problems with her digits. And now you get to meet someone that I'm partial to. This is Wentz the wallaby, and she comes to us from the land down under. Hey, Wentz, how's your bum for spots, darling? Wentz was hand-picked for the foundation. She fell out of her mother's pouch 2 months early and was brought to the foundation by a local couple who helped finance for her trip here. Their names were the Wentzes, and that's how she got her name. And the foundation is always looking for sponsors. Many of the animals are unnamed and just waiting for that special someone to sponsor them. Well, you know, give them a new identity, should we say. Along with the sponsors come the volunteers, as we mentioned earlier. There have been hundreds of them over the years. It takes that many to clean, feed and exercise the animals and to conduct the tours to the hundreds of students who come to the foundation every year. The 2-hour tour allows students and guests the opportunity to learn about each individual species and are conducted in 9 languages, including sign language. Roberta Kirshner also works with college students around the world who are interested in becoming veterinarians or biologists. Can you imagine any better place to get an education? Well, what a day we've had here at the Barry R. Kirshner Wildlife Foundation. Now, if you'd like to come for a visit, the foundation is open to the public from Tuesday through Sunday, 9 through 5. But you can find out more information about their tours and admission prices from their website, www.kirshner.org. Coming up, you won't just find leopard spots out on the grounds of the foundation. Director Roberta Kirshner has decorated her own home with animal prints. So we'll show you how you can get a little wild with a fun project everyone in your family can do for just a few dollars. And that's coming up next. Well, we're back from the Kirshner Wildlife Foundation, and I really wanted to bring a little leopard home with me. Well, not the whole leopard, just the spots. So I decided I would bring some animal print into my home decor. Now that's really easy to do because there are so many things on the market with animal print on them. But you know me, I have to make it handmade if I possibly can. So I went to Habitat for Humanity Restore and bought myself these kitchen cabinet panels. And as you can see, they're really well worn and the varnish has come off, so they're ready for painting. And then I needed some reference materials. Now that's really easy online. You can get photos of the animals themselves, or you can get gift wrap, fabric, even duct tape. There's lots of different ways that you can get reference materials for it. Now the very first thing we're going to do is paint the inner panel as the chalkboard. So we're going to be using regular acrylic paint for this. And I'm going to use the black on the inside panel, and that will be our chalkboard. So we're just going to take some black paint and start painting that on the inside. So I'm using regular craft paint. Now you can go out and buy the regular chalkboard paint, but the craft paint works just as well. You just have to make sure you give it 2 good coats of paint. Well, now we're going to paint the border on. And I'm using a buttercream acrylic paint now. And all we're going to do is just cover the entire frame of the cabinet door with the buttermilk. So you can raise your cabinet a little bit, just put something underneath, and then that makes it so much easier to paint those edges. Now once we've got this color on, we're going to just blend the next color, which is a honey color. And essentially, if we're going to copy what we have here, we're just going to add sections of that color, and we're just going to blend it till it comes off the brush. We don't need to cover this everywhere, but you do want 3 or 5 areas where the honey color comes in. Makes for a more realistic print. Now for the part where we put the actual animal print on, we're going to use a round brush, and it's actually a round brush with a pointed end. Now the trick to doing leopard print is to think of it in terms of a little circle. Not a very good circle and not a complete circle. So as broken up as you can make it, the better it is. Now not all of the circles should be the same size. Well, when you've finished your border, it should look something like this. Now I've left the handle on this one because it makes a great attachment for those glasses you can never find. and all kinds of greetings and signs. There's also a great menu board for when you're having a party or a barbecue. And if you would like to seal the outer frame of it, I generally use like Mod Podge. It's just one of those all-in-one products that you can use as a glue but as a sealer, and that'll give it a glossier finish. I like the matte finish, so I'm going to leave mine. And it's ready to hang with the hinges. Well, we enjoyed our visit to the Barry R. Kirshner Wildlife Foundation, and we made ourselves a great little memento. And so as you can see, it's all within your reach. We'll see you next time.